Yeah. So maybe
You
we
could have
should
just gone to Harvard, and wasn't he like hanging out on set
I think so.
with Jesse Eisenberg and Justin Timberlake? You could have just gone to Harvard and, hey, is Zuckerberg around? And no.
So the next time something comes up, maybe I could collaborate ideas with you of how to actually get these interviews. But
I'm a visionary. I'm ahead of my time.
But
only by half an hour, though.
we have another picture
Yeah.
you put together. Would
Cool.
you like to take a look at?
I can't wait.
All right, let's take a look.
Ah, sugar. It's a little small.
That's a little small.
But yeah, that was actually in another newspaper that I work for called Beyond the Badge, run by Jerry Flynn. If we could have enlarged that, I'm sorry, I sent just.
If we could take a look at that one more time, we could.
Did I send a small file of that? I'm sorry. But that is Christian Bale, Mark Wahlberg, Melissa Leo, and Mickey O'Keefe. And Mickey O'Keefe is saying, hey, if anyone should be getting an Academy Award, it should be me. And actually drew it before the Academy Awards. So, but the guy that runs the Beyond the Badge newspaper, that was his idea for that cartoon. He says, I want these people, but I want the focus to be on Mickey O'Keefe, because Mickey O'Keefe did a phenomenal job in The Fighter, playing himself.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
he did. No, he did a bang-up job. Yeah. So.
And
sorry, that was so small.
Oh, that's
really
all
see
right.
that one.
People can get their binoculars out for that part.
Okay.
And if they have DVR, they can like pause it too and
Yeah.
go up to that TV and look at it.
Good. Good. Fantastic.
That's what DVR is all about. So you can see.
I wouldn't know. I don't own one.
Yeah.
I don't have one. I'm like kicking and screaming. I go into the 21st century.
Well, the next time you go to get a new TV, you can sign up to get Comcast and like.
Well,
DVR
I have the
and stuff
Comcast.
like that.
I'm not rocking the DVR yet.
Not yet.
I don't watch a lot of TV.
That's no problem.
Much
with
to what my wife may think.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of TV, honey. I don't. No, but if it's if the Bruins are on, the Red Sox, yeah, I'm watching TV.
Yeah, definitely. And we have one more picture.
Sure.
And then I want to ask you some more artistic questions.
Artistic questions.
About your
I hope
artwork.
I have some artistic answers. Oh, why are these so small? I apologize if I sent a small file, but that was my Christmas card from 2009. That is me in the back. That's my wife in the middle.
Yep.
The lovely Rebecca, and that is the imp driving us down the hill, down the snowy hill. That was my daughter Julia, in the front of the sled there. There she is with that big grin on her face.
And
But that was my Christmas card from 2009, and I've been doing that since '06. I've been sending out Christmas cards of I do caricatures of my wife and I on our Christmas card, and when my daughter came along in 2007, I put her in the mix, and my family and my friends who get the Christmas card, it's just a little extra something.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and they love it. They absolutely love it. And
So I'll get a Christmas card next Christmas.
I get your address. Seeing as how we are now friends through the glory of Facebook. There, I said it again, Facebook.
Oh, God.
I'll stop.
At least we're not
Yeah,
bringing
sure.
up MySpace.
I'll send you a card. It's going to cost me more to print it. So.
I'm going to go out of business. I'm going to go bankrupt and stuff. But all of your work, you have your email address below that. And do you get any feedback on that?
Not a ton.
Yeah.
I've gotten a few. Again, posting things to Facebook helps.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten comments on that. The Jack McGuire piece got a lot of comments. A lot of people really enjoyed that one. Yeah, I mean, and I welcome it all. I welcome both, good, bad, and different criticism. Just give it to me, and I'm willing to listen to anybody. And if anyone, one cartoon I did recently, I had Willie Lantigua, when he was first elected as mayor of Lawrence, saying he was going to be giving Lawrence jobs for Lawrence Latinos. He was going to employ the Latinos of Lawrence first. But on the other side of the panel, I have his chief of staff, Lenny Degnan, who's white and from North Andover. I should have sent that one along because
where the Valley Patriot publishes out of.
Well, yeah. Well, where the Valley where they publish out of, and that actually got my first negative criticism.
Yeah.
Like, I find this very offensive. Someone wrote to me, like, cool, great, Good. I'm doing my job, I guess, as an editorial cartoonist. You know, as editorial cartoonists, you know, they're supposed to be ruffling the feathers, and you know, not sticking to either being a Democrat or a Republican. They're just kind of like skewering everybody. Everybody's open to get a little skewer, and that's how I've always kind of like defined how Tom and I work. Like, we see the inflated balloons, and my editorial cartoons are sort of like the pin that popped the inflated balloon.
Yeah. Now, real quick, we're not going to talk too much about it because people don't need to know too much about what you do besides artwork and acting on the side. But you're a security guard, and
I'm a security officer.
Security officer.
Yeah, I'm a security officer at a prestigious hospital in Boston,
and
Charlestown.
So you're a security officer and acting and the Valley Patriot and
it's
the
a full boat.
Papers.
It's a full plate. I spin many plates. But no,
you're really busy.
I didn't want to interrupt.
But that's all right. That's what the show's about, I guess.
Yeah. Sean Hansen's interruption half hour.
But do you promote your drawings with different outlets and get more work that way for art?
I try. Not as much as I would probably like to. Like, the one thing that I've always wanted to do, and like I said, growing up, you know, reading the comic strip page, is to be a cartoonist, is to have a comic strip in the newspapers. That's always been the pipe dream. Is to get into the newspapers. With newspapers kind of falling by the wayside a little bit in terms of how people get their information. I mean, they're still available, they're still out there, and I think they'll be viable for at least another 10 years. But with everybody going to the internet, who knows? I mean, the cost of ink is rising, the cost of newsprint is rising. So, and the first place where a newspaper looks to cut any corners financially is the comic strip page or the entertainment page. So, will I get there someday? God, I hope. You know, the fingers are always crossed. A few prayers to God every night. That's always been the ultimate goal for me. I've been kind of rethinking my approach with how I will sort of put myself out there as a comic strip cartoonist by possibly putting a comic strip up on the web as a webcomic. I have something in. I've been working on a comic strip right now for a little over a year now, just kind of fleshing it out and seeing if the characters work. The few people that I've shown it to really enjoy it. They really think it's funny. So I think that's the next avenue, is to take that comic strip and just get it up on the web as a web comic and post it as often as I can, because that's a big thing about comic strips. You see comic strip every day in the newspaper.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But they've been the same ones now for over 20, 25, 30, some of them 50, 60 years. So in terms of getting into a newspaper, I'm not just fighting with 6,000 other people who are submitting their work, but I'm also in competition for space with the people that have already been in there for, again, 20, 25, 60 odd years.
Yeah, definitely.
So
now, these comic series on the web, when you go there, what would they be about, and who would you have playing these different characters' voices?
Oh, geez, I've never really even thought about that. It wouldn't be animated. It'd be in comic strip format.
Yeah.
To give a little tease to what exactly it is, it's a little, like, 1-year-old baby who just kind of sits around and babbles a lot. Pardon me. And a kind of like a little monster who lives in the house and just kind of gets into things and wreaks havoc, but is hanging out with the baby. Yeah. And so the monster and the baby sort of interact with one another. Again, I'm still trying to flesh it out, see if it works. But man, who would I would probably have to voice the gremlin, because I kind of view myself as the little monster that's interacting with the baby. Yeah. Because when my daughter was born and my wife went back to work, I took close to 2 months off from security to be at home with my daughter before we were putting her into a daycare or so I was home with her, and all these interactions that I was having with her at the time was all fodder for putting the comic strip together. I'm like, because she just like babbles something like that, like any like baby learning how to talk. It's all that. And I just look at her and say, most of the things you say just go right over my head. They go right over Daddy's head. So it's stuff like that I kind of take with me and hopefully write it down into a joke form that fits the format of a comic strip, and we'll see where it goes.
That'll be good.
We'll see where it goes.
And I could have you on the show again, and we could do an interview about the comic strip series.
When it gets its legs, hopefully.
And I could write a column in the Valley Patriot.
Hey, maybe Tom will even print it. Who knows?
But we have a few minutes left. I know you wanted to get into the Out of the Blue questions segment. So
I don't even know what that is. So hit me.
The Out of the Blue questions segment is Out of the Blue questions, which they do not relate to each other at all.
Okay.
And the first Out of the Blue question is, you are in love with comic series. If you were to be one comic character from the past when you grew up reading these different strips, who would you be?
Bill the Cat from Bloom County.
Yeah.
Because Bill the Cat was just nutso. He always looked disheveled, and he never had a coherent thought. Everything that came out of his mouth was or ooh.
Yeah.
So that's
Now, so
for an Out of the Blue answer.
For Out of the Blue answer.
There you go.
There you go. That's the first Out of the Blue answer I've had. But so with your acting experience, what is the most embarrassing moment you've had?
God. Because there have been so many.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily I haven't really been on stage and forgotten like a page of dialogue or anything. I do remember one thing that I did in high school. I think it was my very first play. We did Neil Simon's California Suite, and I was in this really heated argument with my friend, and we were playing our separate characters, and he kept on interrupting me during this long monologue. I had this like page-long monologue that was broken up into segments because I would say blah blah, just really angry crap at him, and he would just interject another funny line, and it got big laughs. And then another bit of monologue, maybe like a paragraph-long monologue, and then he interrupted with another funny line. And I had this third angry monologue. The adrenaline's pumping. Yeah. I'm there. I'm being that character, but my screen of what I was looking or remembering my dialogue just went blank.
Oh, man.
I didn't remember a damn thing what I was supposed to say next.
Yeah.
And it, 5 seconds on stage is an eternity. It really is, because it's all eyes on you, and they're hanging on your next word because you're being loud, you're being boisterous. I was stomping around the stage, and the audience are just like, "What's next?" And I'm like, I can't remember what the hell I'm supposed to say, and I was just kind of like pantomiming to him, like, I'm going to say something really angry to you, but I can't remember what the hell it is. And luckily he saved me after like 5 seconds of like dead space. He saved me because he prompted me with my next line. He's like, well, what about the time you were blah, 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 and you were really angry then too?
Made you remember.
Immediately. Yeah. But like I said, it's only like 5 seconds, but that 5 seconds can feel like 5 hours because you're like, oh my God, the show is falling apart, and it's all because of me.
Oh man.
You can feel that way. Oh yeah.
Now, speaking of the show falling apart, unfortunately we ran out of time.
Oh bloody hell. I thought we were just getting going.
Yeah,
we were just gaining ahead of steam.
We were just opening the.
I was waiting for more Out of the Blue questions.
I was waiting for more Out of the Blue answers. But anyways, real quick, tell everybody your email address if they want to have any Dave Sullivan artwork done.
Sure, I am open for anything at SULL93 Sull, first 4 letters of Sullivan, 93, Sull93 at hotmail.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Sully's Funny Faces, all one word. I also have a page of my artwork, Sully's Cartoons, that's all one word as well. And that's how you can get a hold of me if you want me to do some artwork for you.
All right. Perfect.
I've done a bunch of things. I've designed tattoos for people. I do the editorial cartoons, comic strips, character designs, logo designs. I've designed T-shirts. I've designed this handy dandy mug.
Yeah. And that logo.
And the logo there
else,
on Sean's table right there. Yeah.
But thank you for watching, everybody. I'm Sean Hansen. This is Dave Sullivan, artist, locally out of Boston, the area.
Locally out of Lowell.
Locally out of
Yes.
Lowell and the Merrimack Valley.
The Merrimack Valley.
Yeah. But have a good night.